Alright, let's talk about Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation Season 3. If you're not familiar with this series, here's the wild part: it's about a 34-year-old NEET who gets hit by a truck, reincarnates into a fantasy world, and vows to live his second life right. Sounds absurd, right? But here's the twist: this show leans into that absurdity and turns it into one of the most emotionally raw, character-driven isekai stories out there. And Season 3. It's diving headfirst into the Chaos Breaker arc, which might just redefine how we see this world. Let me break it down for you. First, the new trailer and cast announcements. They've added Rikiya Koyama as Perugius Dola, Nanako Mori as Atafratof Ribok, and Ayumi Tsunamatsu as Silverl of the Void. Now, if you're a voice acting buff like me, you know these names carry weight. Koyama's got that gravitas, he voiced Jinpei in Gurren Lagann, so casting him as Perugius. That's a deliberate choice to add menace. But here's what I'm wondering: how will these new characters challenge Rudius' moral compass? The Chaos Breaker arc is where the world gets darker, where the line between hero and villain blurs. And that's what makes this so fascinating. It's not just another reincarnated into a game trope. It's a psychological study of a man trying to outrun his past failures. Let's zoom out for a second. This series thrives on juxtaposition: childhood innocence versus adult trauma, redemption versus self-sabotage. Season 3's focus on the Eris Training Arc is key. Eris, the hot-headed swordswoman, becomes a central figure here. AI Kakuma voicing her. Perfect casting. Kakuma's range, from K-On! To Demon Slayer, means she can handle Eris' fiery personality and hidden vulnerability. But here's the thing: Eris isn't just a side character. She's a mirror to Rudius' flaws. His entire journey is about breaking cycles of failure, and training Eris forces him to confront his own inadequacies as a mentor, a protector, a human being. That's the real story here. And let's not ignore the game adaptation. A free-to-play RPG titled Chronicle of Echoes dropped this summer. Now, I'll admit, I'm skeptical. Most anime tie-in games are cash grabs, but the fact that it's a serious alternate world 3D battle RPG, that suggests ambition. If done right, it could expand the lore. Imagine exploring regions only hinted at in the anime. But if it's just gacha mechanics with a side of nostalgia bait, fans will revolt. This is a franchise that demands emotional depth, not shallow monetization. The creators have a responsibility here to honor the source material's complexity. What's really interesting, though, is how Mushoku Tensei continues to dominate the isekai genre despite its problematic elements. Yes, the protagonist's past life is filled with regrettable choices, but that's the point. He's not a chosen one, he's a flawed, traumatized man trying to build a better life. In a genre saturated with overpowered protagonists, Rudius' vulnerability is revolutionary. He's not reincarnated to cheat, he's reincarnated to grow. And Season 3 seems poised to test that growth harder than ever. The Chaos Breaker arc. That's where the fantasy world's cruelty meets his unresolved trauma. It's not just a story, it's a therapy session disguised as sword and sorcery drama. So here's my take: Mushoku Tensei isn't for everyone. It's uncomfortable, messy, and occasionally controversial. But that's why it matters. It's a genre deconstruction hiding in plain sight. As Season 3 drops, I'm most excited to see how it handles Silverl of the Void, voiced by Ayumi Tsunamatsu. Void deities in fantasy stories are usually symbols of entropy, but what if she's a metaphor for Rudius' inner void? The emptiness he's trying to fill with purpose. If the show leans into that symbolism, we're not just watching an anime, we're watching a psychological thriller in disguise. Final thought: why does this series resonate so deeply? Because it's not about escaping your past, it's about carrying it with you, scars and all. And in a world where so many of us feel like failures, Rudius' journey isn't just fantasy. It's hope. What's your take? Drop your thoughts below, and if you're new here, smash that subscribe button. Let's grow together.